Hi guys, this is NaturalRawEssence coming to you today with a new video. I am going to be doing behind the scenes, behind the scenes of how I make my videos. It's going to be real quick, it's nothing that's going to be too detailed, so if you're interested, please keep watching. First, we're going to talk about how I come up with my content. I normally just use a red notebook, a general notebook, and I just jot down my idea. It's usually just like the title or the idea. It's not really detailed. It's not a storyboard. It's not like a table of contents or anything like that, of like a description. It's just basically like the idea if I want to do a product review and what the product is or what the brand is, or if I want to do a tutorial, if it's going to be up to. Sometimes I do a lot of videos, I just do kind of like it's freestyle videos, so I really don't know what I'm doing. But that's basically it. And then I'll go into detail about what software I use and what programs I use as far as editing. But for the most part, real quick, off the top of my head, I use Canva for my thumbnails. I use that for graphic design. I just started I'm learning how to use a new editing software, and that's Filmora 9. So I'll pop all the information in the description box below. But real quick, I just wanted to show you this binder. This is what I call my social media binder. This is where I house all of my content information. Like this person is he's the owner of Social Blue Book, and that's socialbluebook.com, where it basically gives you the data for your analytics for your YouTube channel and how much you can charge to when brands contact you, if and when brands contact you for a promotional video. So he has classes offered. I will pop his link below so you can get in more detailed information. But it's called Brand Deal Accelerator, and that was a free download. So it just gives you kind of like 4 lessons. It's pretty much general information on what you need to be looking for in your channel. Now these are just some free plastic sleeves that I have you'll see what these are used for, but I've had these for so long and I didn't know what to use it for, but I finally found a use for these. So I just keep the empties in the front of the binder, so as I use them I'll stick them in the dividers. The first divider is my Google Analytics. So this whole house is all my Google Analytics for all my different websites, because as you know I have a jewelry website, I have a Christian blog website, I have a service website for digital content and digital media, and I also have my NaturalRawEssence. So I house all of my Google Analytics for all of those different websites and blogs and channels in here. And this has my PIN number for Google Analytics, so I just skip over that. This is my video release. I just recently was contacted to do a video. Well, someone wanted to use my video, so I wrote out the video release to the company, and so they could actually use my video, so there would be no issues with copyright law or copyright or infringement. So that was my release form. And any other deals I would put here, any kind of brand deals I would put in this folder. And that's like contracts. And then here is my hashtag. So I have different hashtags for different things, like my jewelry. I have a list of hashtags which I searched out, and I use a downloadable, it's an extension on a website where you can it's called keywords, and I'll pop that information below, where you can anything you type, it will show you the key keywords and how popular those keywords are. So it's like it's instantly on your extension. Just like you have a Chrome extension, you can go ahead and put a keyword extension. So I have so many different keywords that I have found that I use for my content. And then here is my Writing with Purpose. So this is my Christian blog. So I have all my fonts that I use for the website, for the blog, the colors, my branding colors. And I just write everything down in an index card and keep it in these little handy plastic sleeves. And then I have one for NaturalRawEssence. So this is for my blog. It has the branding, the colors that I use, and then also my fonts. And these were just notes from NaturalRawEssence. And then the last one is for my jewelry. So this is all dealing with social media. So this is for my website. I use Wix for both my jewelry website and for my service website, which is web content and video content. I do multiple things. So it's like designing. I do also a design content for thumbnails and canvas for Instagram and different things, whatever people, pretty much whatever someone needs for as far as content, whether it's video, not really so much video, but I do animation, intros, kind of like what you see at the beginning of my video, or I do canvas, so for that, like Instagram messages, pretty much the graphic design work behind. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to cut this and we're going to go into how I actually some of the other programs that I use, like Trello, to actually organize my content. And I also use, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, Canva is a big one because I do my thumbnails on Canva. And I also use another editing software which came with the computer, which I'm not exactly, can't remember the name. I think it's Windows. It's a Windows program, a software that I use for my editing. So hopefully this would be a helpful video for those who are interested in getting into YouTube or any kind of digital media. You can contact me. You can send me an email if you're interested in any type of services, and I'll be happy to work with you. So I just wanted to come to give you a quick rundown on the things that I do for my video content. Okay guys, so here is Trello, and this is the website that I go to. It is Trello.com, and we go to the home page, which is located right here. And then what we have here is they call boards. So you can set this up many different ways, but this is the way that I set it up. I have multiple boards for the different things that I'm doing. So I have NaturalRawEssence here. I have my jewelry line, Gems of Joy Designs. I have, actually that's the most recently viewed. And then I have my Write the Vision, which is my Christian blog. And then I also have, I'm sorry, Write the Vision is my services that I provide, which is web content, web content writing, and graphics. And then here is Writing with Purpose, sorry. And this is my Christian blog, my ministry. So what we're going to do is go into NaturalRawEssence, and I'm going to double click. And then this brings us to the full inside of the board. So you can set this up in multiple ways. Some people use it as a to-do list, but I use mine as for content. And here we have, I labeled my board video content ideas. And then the next board is my blog. content ideas. And then I also have one for recording and filming outline. I don't really do an outline for my videos because mine is not scripted. I pretty much do freestyle videos, so I don't really need an outline. But I created this because you just never know in the future if I would need it. And then the next one here I have is social media content, which I've never really used that either. I normally go into either Buffer or Hootsuite to load my content. Sorry, I had a little pop-up. And then, but I have these just in case I want to start adding information into those. I also have to set up an Instagram. So what I can do is add a card, show you how that works. Actually, my computer just locked up, so just bear with me for a minute. Every now and then I have to disconnect and then reconnect my Wi-Fi. Hopefully it's working. Okay, so I add a card and then I would just type in Instagram. So I'm going to be typing with one hand. Then I just hit enter, or you can either hit the enter key or the add card key, and then that pops it in there. And then you can click on the edit, the pen, the little pen, and you can, anytime you need to change or edit the information in the box, in the field, you can just type over that and change the information and then save. Okay, so the next field, we have a little bar down here, so I need to scroll this over. So we have blog post completed. So these are my cards for everything that I've completed so far. And then we have video editing process. So these are the videos that I'm currently editing. And then my video uploads, which is completed. So as you can see, I've been doing this for quite a while, so it just keeps going. So, and I just found out the feature, I was adding the latest, the most recent video at the bottom, but you don't have to do that. You can actually click on this little, those three dots, and it will open up, and you can actually sort the information. So you can click sort by, and then that's where you can create the newest first. So if you want the newest at the top, or if you want the oldest first, or you can also sort by alphabetical order. So I have mine set up where the oldest is at the top, which it doesn't really work well for me, because when I do have a video, I'll show you, I'll scroll back over here. When I have actually it wouldn't go from here, it would go from editing. So once I finish editing a video, I take it and it has a drag and drop, so you can just click on it and drag it over, and you would have to scroll all the way to the bottom. And this is where I would recommend you sorting from the newest at the top, so you don't have to scroll all the way to the bottom. But the way mine is set up, I have to scroll to the bottom, and then you pop that in there. So that would be after the video is completed, but my video is not completed just yet, so I'm going to put that right back in the editing. And then I also have one more board here. So this is for natural hair events. I don't do any natural hair events, but I have this just in case I follow, if I begin to follow any hair events, I would actually probably put this in my Facebook page to announce you know, things that's going on in the natural hair community, different events and workshops or whatever. So I just have that just as a placeholder for now. And so this is where you can change your background. I have chosen the pink for my background, but there's multiple colors. There's different colors, or you can choose a photo for your background. For me, the photos are too busy. It just feels like there's too much going on. Like I can click on that, and you can see that it changed the background to an ocean. But for me, I like to keep things simple, so I like just to have a simple color in the background. So I chose pink, but there's multiple colors, so I chose a different color for each of my categories, I guess you would call it, which is back at the home page. Those are the colors that I've chosen. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I can't think of anything else that... Oh, there's also teams. So if you work with a group of people, or collaborators, or if you have a virtual assistant, you would actually have to add them in so they can work on projects, whatever projects. So it can be like a project management. This is pretty much a project management software. So you can just add their names in here. They're just team description. And this also works well if you're an entrepreneur and you have a business. So you can actually set this up. There's many different, this is called labels, so what we were in just now. You can do a checklist. You can actually list a due date, schedule a due date. And you can also add attachments. So, and then you can also add a cover. So this is for, like, let's say I just opened up the actual video. So if I had like a cover that I wanted to put in there, I can add that cover. And it also gives you, I actually haven't used this just yet, so I'm actually learning while I'm showing you this. Productivity, perspective, organization, colorful. So you can select different categories. This would be, oh, and you can upload a cover image here. But I'm not going to go through all that. Here is all my photos that I've taken for one of my videos. So I'm going to close this, cancel that. And I'm going to X out of this. Now, you can also make it private. You can actually share this. So you can share this on social media. You can send this with send it to your group. You have notifications. So any kind of notifications would pop up here. Sorry, my computer locked up again. I had to disconnect and then reconnect it. Okay, you see that? Attempting to restore a connection. Hopefully it's... And there's stickers here. So if you wanted to, like, just drop that in, like a job well done to the team. You can actually add a sticker, you can add different emojis here, and there's more here. So this is where you have your settings, and these are also called labels. So like when you double click into labels, you can color code your content. So you can add a label here, you can add multiple labels, and then you can close this out, and then the colors would show up here. So I have never used the color code, but that's good to have, good to know. You can copy here, so once you open the field, you can actually edit the labels, change members, move content, copy content, change the due date, and you can archive. They don't have a delete, they just have archive. So I guess if you need to delete the whole board, that's where you would actually delete the board. Now, I'm trying to get this color code out of here, because I've never really used it before. And this is where you would sort. So within the board, you can actually sort. So if you had multiple information in here, you can still sort the content. So this is just like a basic tutorial about Trello. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, just make sure that you leave a comment or give me a thumbs up on this video, and I would be happy to do more videos like this. I would probably do pre-mer videos, so then this way you can actually leave your comments and we can actually chat live with and have a Q&A session on behind the scenes of either social media or how to do thumbnails, any type of social media or content creation. So thanks for watching, and we will chat next time.